It seems like every week I'm adding a new edible plant to my garden, and I've got a great collection of quite rare and unusual plants. Now this one's a classic example. It's a citron, and when you put one of these into your garden, you really do know about it. It's called Buddha's hand citron, and the rind from the fruits of this plant are ideal for adding a citrus tang to various Thai, Vietnamese and Chinese style dishes. The fruit is thoroughly weird. The fingers that give it the name are filled with a quite sour juice. Growing this tree is pretty easy. I always soak my citrus, in fact all fruit trees, in a sea salt solution before planting. It reduces transplant shock, seals off root damage and stimulates new root growth. It needs free draining soil and a good watering in once planted. Because citrons have large, vigorous root systems, you should do everything you can to avoid damaging them when planting. This rule applies to all citrus. You want them to settle in quickly and take off. It's even more important in the springtime to make sure that you're getting your plants off to the best possible start. And the reason is, this is when they produce a lot of new bud growth for flowering and also foliage growth. It helps the tree get established. Now, the great thing about these types of trees is that you need to feed them pretty much straight away, but don't go using a granulated fertiliser. It does have the potential to burn them. You want to use something organic and ideally something liquid like this. You see, if you apply this over the foliage, it's absorbed in through the foliage and the roots, and it does the world of good to the soil too. Speaking of unusual trees, this one is an absolute stunner. It's really a large bushy shrub. It's got black foliage, hence its name, Sambucus nigra. It's actually a stunning black foliage form of the elderberry. Now that means that you can actually enjoy the fruit and the flower in making jams and preserves. And I tell you what, it is just delicious. But the big difference, of course, is that you've got these beautiful pink flowers instead of the traditional white flower on the normal green foliage version. This one is so ornamental, it looks like it's a black foliage form of the Japanese maple. Yet, it's one of the toughest shrubs around once it's established. The key to success? Well, plant into a humus-enriched soil and water it in with sea salt. Within months, it will be fully established and making a stunning feature. These are real standout feature plants, things that are going to make people go, wow. And don't forget the secret ingredient to getting them established, sea salt. Now, have you got a gardening success at home that you'd like to show us? Well, simply visit our Facebook site, upload some photos, and you could be in the running to win one of several sea salt gardening packs. And you don't want to miss it. It's going to leave your garden shed looking fantastic, but your garden even better.